Check 1, 2. Am I still picking up audio? I am. How about that? The reason I ask, no, you're not seeing it, but I always go check 1, 2 because I'm looking at the audio meters on there to make sure I'm actually picking it up. I've got my mic tucked down in here just because it's completely out of the way, but I do have to watch for the strap. Today I have Nikon's Z8 and the 600 PF, I guess it is, Z lens, and this is, I have a 1.4 extender on there, or teleconverter, I guess, in the case of Nikon. This is my first day out with it. I'm not going to shoot gobs and gobs and hours. Canon, yeah, I can do that because I can set that up. It took me a couple of hours to get this set up to where I wanted it, relatively. I switched a couple things around to make it more like my Canon, something that I'm kind of muscle memory familiar with. Let me share this with you. Again, I guess I need a thumbnail, don't I? How about this? All right, cool. Let's get into this video, man. Let's have some fun. There's some rude people up here just walking up to, there's an injured, that red Pacific Loon is injured, and there are people just walking up to it. There's a woman that's trying to call somebody to come pick it up, if they get it or not. But anyway, check this out. JonnyPink, let me find myself in my screen. There we go. Make sure that I'm still picking up vocals too. Or not vocals, but audio. Sorry. Been working on my new album, so I'm kind of thinking about video concepts and this and that. So James, please be ready. This is Malibu Lagoon, and it is absolutely beautiful out here. It's kind of overcast, so the light is really, really flat. Today, I am not shooting my Canons, the Canon that I love so much, my R3, which I just think is a phenomenal camera. I have Nikon's Z8 with their 600 PF and a 1.4 extender on there, or 1.4 teleconverter as they call it. That gives me 840 millimeters of reach, right around my favorite area, 800, 840, even 900. 800 is my favorite. And I'm at an f9, which is also quite okay. It's like Canon's 200 to 800. The difference is, at f9 here, I don't have a zoom. No big deal. Either way, as I was setting this camera up last night, I can't say whether I'm impressed or not. I will say there's one thing I wish that even the R7 has, is more buttons on the back here for programming different things. So I'm shooting at a really low shutter speed, so I'm probably going to have a lot of motion blur. I am impressed so far just with what I see in the back screen or in the eyepiece with how it locks on, which is better than what the Z9 was with my old, when I had a Z9. I was not impressed with it. It was nice, but my initial impression on this, only thing I've found that I don't like so far is I wish there was another button on the side. Like, I think the Z9 had that, and that was fantastic. Oh, the other thing I don't like about Nikons, and I will say this, is this back screen I think is pretty pathetic. I like the flippy screen completely around, and the reason I like that is as I'm walking, I always turn it, and it's nicely protected. Unless you have a screen protector on this, if something hits it, it will crack it, and you'll be out of screen. And I think that is... I'm not into that. That's just my take on it, but it's Nikon, and so it should be fantastic, right? 600 PF, I love this, and you guys know that I prefer a prime. although that 200-800 of Canon's is pretty phenomenal. So let me show you a couple of the things that I've shot so far. This one's going to be short because, well, there's not as much here as I was hoping for. I am going to wander down that way, see if I can't catch one of the gulls that I love so much. I don't even remember what they're called right now, with the beautiful white eyes. And then over on the other side there are pelicans, and I'm going to see if I can get closer to them over there too. So let me share some photos with you guys, please. There is a Pacific red loon sitting over there, and it does look injured, and the woman I was just talking to told me what it was called. Of course, then you get a couple that walks right up to it, and just leave it alone, man. Just look at it from a distance. That's why I like such a long reach. Okay, what I've noticed in the hour that I've been shooting here is the tracking is phenomenal. It really is. It's night and day different compared to what it was when I had my Z9. I'm really impressed. Since I'm using an extender on this, or a teleconverter, I'm not noticing any lag or slowdown in what it's capturing. It's pretty phenomenal, and it does lock on. I am super impressed. If I still had a Z9, I would be impressed. Of course, I'm using Z glass, and I never had the opportunity to use any Z glass before. Nikon, you guys did an amazing job on this. You guys are catching up, man. It's really, really cool. Listen, I talk about different things that I've used, and it really doesn't matter what camera you use, even if it's an older DSLR. If you're out having fun and you're out shooting, that is the most important thing. That's what matters the most, is just to be out. So what's the best camera to use for wildlife? The one that's in your hand. That is the perfect camera. There is no better camera, because you have it, you own it. And I still have not found the seagull. They're probably over there, but there's a million people. Maybe I'll walk over there. We'll see. Let me show you a couple more photos. Oh, and the video that you've seen has been handheld. So the reason I'm hand holding it and not putting it on my tripod is I want to see how the VR does. And I'm not real familiar with all the new Nikon menus. The old ones, yeah, because they were so simple, but so I'm gonna miss a lot of things in my setup that I would normally have and know right where it is on my Canon and go change it and be done. Either way, it's an absolute blast. The best camera is the one you have in your hand. Check these out. covered in sand. I am covered. One thing about, am I tracking vocals? Yeah. Audio, not vocals, audio. I'm trying not to shoot too much at the moment because I just got it set up. I'm not really familiar with it, so I don't want to spend all day here and have like 10,000 shots. That what I personally like to do when I get a camera is shoot it a little bit, go look at the photos, make sure my settings are good, and that I'm getting what I want. There's a crow. Hold on. One thing about laying down in the sand is you get covered in sand. Sand goes everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. Oh, it's beautiful out here. It really is. This is Malibu Lagoon, and really, really crowded. The waves are small, but there's a bajillion surfers out there, and that's kind of cool too. My board languishes in my garage, as does my wetsuit, and my bike has been languishing in my garage. Yeah, I was looking at the cyclists this morning thinking I really need to get back on my bike because I miss it tremendously. But I've been enjoying shooting so much. I used to feel guilty to go out and shoot when I didn't ride, and I haven't been doing that. I haven't been watching what I eat. I'm huge, and I'm enjoying every single second of it. Anyway. Okay, my initial just from being out here, the tracking, phenomenal. I am really impressed with what Nikon now is able to do. I love how small this little 600 is. I wish that Canon had something like that, but then I have the 200 to 600, which has the zoom. So there's trade-offs. Nothing is perfect. The best camera is the one in your hand. As long as you go out and have fun, processing is a big part of it as well. And please don't forget that. So this is going to be super short just because I want to go see. I don't want to spend, like I said, all day here. Thank you so much. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please stick around because I will be coming out with, I'm going to have it for the next couple of days, and I'm going to shoot. I'm going to let James shoot this too because I think that this is a camera that would work for him. He likes Nikon stuff, and I just think it would be the right choice for him. Where are you? There you are. Nope. Okay, didn't catch it. Not unusual, not necessarily a big deal. There's not much contrast. So, JonnyPink, thank you so much again. Please give it a thumbs up. That's the only thing I ask. Thank you for letting me share with you guys. Have a fantastic day. If you see me out here, please come up and say hi. I enjoy that. That's huge. We'll see you guys. Let's see, that might work. How about this?